we have a structure of root. In the structure of root, we have root cap, zone of maturation, zone of elongation, zone of cell division. In here we have root cap. This is the structure of root, and we have lateral root cap, stem cell, pericycle, endodermis, and also we have cortex and epidermis, and xylem, phylum, root hair. What do you mean by xylem, phylum? Xylem are growing. The function of the xylem transport water and minerals inside the root. And also the root cap protects the tip during growth. This is the root cap. Sorry. This is the root cap. Root cap protected the tip during the growth, and apical meristem region of active cell division for elongation. It means the apical meristem is important for activate cell division, for elongation the root. And zone of elongation, what do you mean by zone of elongation? Cell grows longer. Cell, it means cell should be the growing longer. And zone of maturation, cells differentiation into various tissue. Guys, as I said, we have zone of maturation, zone of elongation, and zone of division. We have three. This is the root. This is zone of maturation and zone of elongation, zone of division. The first part in here, which is under the soil, this is zone of cell division and zone of elongation, and this is zone of maturation. As I said, zone of cell division including stem cell, lateral root cap, and zone of elongation including epidermis, cortex, endodermis, and pericycle. Zone of maturation including root hair, xylem and phylum, but just including and also root hair and xylem and phylum. This is the zone of maturation. What do you mean by root hair? This is root hair, like a hair in the root. This is root hair, as you see. Root hair, tiny hair-like extension from epidermal cell, and increasing the surface area for absorption of water and minerals inside the root for the other parts of the plant, and also play a key role in nurturing and feeding the plant. Okay, guys, we have at the first time, as I said, we have primary growth in root and secondary growth in root. In primary growth in root, we have epidermis. This is the epiderm and ground tissue in the inside this, and primary phylum, primary xylem, and vascular combium. This is the parts of primary growth in root. According to activity of apical meristem, resulting in elongation of the root, helps root to penetrate deeper in the soil. This is the primary growth in the root. About the secondary growth in the root, this is the part, which means all the part when we grow inside the root. This is all the part of the secondary growth. We have cork combium, which is inner bark, and cork combium, and ground tissue and primary phylum, secondary phylum. In primary growth, we have primary phylum, but in secondary growth, we have primary phylum and secondary phylum. Vascular cambion, primary xylem, secondary xylem, is in the secondary growth. For secondary xylem, you have 4 growth rings. This is the first one, second one, third one, and fourth one. As I said, in primary growth, we have primary phylum and primary xylem. But in secondary growth, we have primary phylum, secondary phylum, and also we have primary xylem and secondary xylem. Okay. What about guys, in secondary growth occurs mainly in diploid and gymnosperm, especially in secondary growth during the diploid and gymnosperm plant, and increase the gear thickness of root. And this is the vascular cambion. The vascular cambion and core cambion are involved. It means we are it will grow vascular cambion and ground tissue cambion, core cambion. In the secondary growth, growing formation of wood and bark in root. Okay. About the root tissue, in the root tissue we have epiderm, cortex, endodermis, and vascular cylindra. In epiderm, what do you mean by epiderm? The outer protective layer, which is called covering the root inside the root for protection, and protects store food and transport minerals, and sometimes transport the water and minerals for all the parts of the plant. Endoderm regulates flow materials into vascular tissue. Vascular cylindra induces xylem and phylum for transport. It means help the xylem and phylum for transport. And conclusion, root are vital organ for plant, several performing multiple essential functions, and the structure and types of plant adapt to diverse environment. Understanding root help us appreciate their importance in ecosystem and agriculture. This is all about the root, guys. About the structure of root, as I said, we have zone of maturation, elongation, and cell division. This is zone of maturation and zone of elongation, and also this is zone of division. Guys, that's all for today.